Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Thursday live stream here at Jade's Garage. Hey, I almost did a radio voice right there. How was that? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Big Top 40. Anyway, I'm glad that I'm able to be here on Thursday. I'd like to do these on Mondays. This past Monday, I had some issues. We'll just put it that way. I ate something that didn't agree with me, and there was no way that I was going to be able to sit here and try to. Wasn't happening. Just letting you know. So sorry about that, but we all run into those situations, and you have to do what you have to do. So that's where I was on Monday. Believe me, I would have rather have been sitting here talking to everybody on the live stream. So if you haven't been here before, welcome to the live stream. We do this Mondays at 7 typically, unless there's a problem, and Thursdays at 3, unless something else is going on. And try to get feedback and input and ideas and solve problems and everything we can for everybody who joins us. So if you have a question, by all means, share it. We'll see if we can answer it. If you answer, even if it's me, sometimes I get a okay. I don't know what's going on. I lost signal. Anyway, Chris Greenaway. He says he was first, but won't make it today due to working afternoons. So at least he checked in early. Crash Rider. Greetings from Southern Indiana. Was a no chat on Monday night? Nope. Monday night chat was canceled, unfortunately. Rick Stevenson checking in. I believe from Florida. Greg's Workshop checking in from Australia. Brian Bergman. Hope everyone is doing well. The Mustang is looking good, Barry. Thanks. Yeah, it is. Everybody wants to do things twice. I don't, but I am, because I need to have it right. Dragon. Hello, everyone. The car's looking amazing. Fantastic job. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll give you two a bell. Good comments. Thanks. David Willis. Hi, everyone from Virginia. Car looks great. Thank you. I can get a bell too. Why not? I feel generous today. Ronald Bell. Hey, Barry, checking in from Northeast Tennessee. Let's see. Troy. Afternoon, all checking in from Guyton, Georgia. Glad you're here. We just got the Goodyear blimp flying around Savannah today. I don't know why, but it is. Yeah. Usually it's usually around some sort of racing event, but I don't know of anything going on down that way. Jerry checking in from Middle Tennessee. Glad you're here. Daryl Jones checking in from my home in Corvallis, Montana. Raining here all day. Well, it's been raining off and on. And I'll tell you more about the weekend experience, but this past week it was just scheduled to be raining, and I managed to get in an oil change yesterday for a friend of mine, but it's been very, very humid, which is quite uncomfortable. David Sherrill checking in before we're going to work. Hope you're feeling better, Barry. Yeah, I am feeling much better. Thank you. Michael Rajka. Hey, Barry. Glad you're here. David Outdoor 74. Everyone coming, hit the like button. Yes, that is something else that I've had some people stress about my videos, that if and I've talked about this before, but in the algorithms for YouTube, if the videos have a lot of likes, right off as they're running, it tends to push it into the algorithm higher so that other people can see it, because they registered as being popular. And they go, oh, this one's popular. Let's share it with more and more people. And then hopefully that propagates, and who knows, starts doing better for the channel. Let's see. David, oh, you're back. Yes, I'm back. Jack, hey, Barry, was a year ago yesterday you were at the house, car going in on Monday to get media blasted. Well, that's a good thing. I mean, I'm glad it's getting blasted. I am happy to hear that. Hopefully you can get more progress on it. Stein checking in from sunny Norway. I'm glad you're here. David Outdoors, still no motor, waiting on camshaft. Yeah. Once upon a time, hello from Angerland. Angerland? What is Angerland? Is that a real place? How you doing? When I first read that, I read Angerland. Angerland. Arthur, hey Barry, glad you're here. And her scrambler garden needs rain bad. West Bend, Wisconsin. Yeah, we everything is like growing like crazy right now here. There's, vines and grass. Just all kinds of stuff growing like crazy. I don't know where, in Georgia we have these things. I don't know how far they're spread or how familiar you are, but they have these trees called mimosa trees. And mimosa trees, they're kind of like dandelions, I think. Like they can seed really fast. And the blades on the mimosa tree is looks like a fern. They're really pretty, in my opinion. They're really pretty, but they get like a fern shape, and they have these red, big fuzzy flowers, that spread seeds everywhere. But they're all over the place right now, and I can't have them growing all over the place. I'm gonna have to start ripping these things out. But they're very popular. Well, I say they're popular. They're very predominant in the South. Again, a pretty tree, great coverage, actually offers some great shade. But if you were to go back and look at some of my other older videos, like I did repair videos, I think on the shop, I had a giant mimosa tree that was growing over the shop that caused a whole bunch of damage to the roof. So I had to fix all that. But anyway, these trees are popping up everywhere. It's kind of like here in Georgia also, sweet gums. Sweet gums are like a weed. Those things, you can cut the thing down, whatever, try to, kill it. And then somewhere on that root line, it'll just start popping up more of these trees. And they're like a hardwood tree, but they're not beneficial for anything, as far as I know. Dave Halverston, or Dale, sorry, I read that as Dave. I'm looking for the first Dave. I haven't seen the first Dave yet. Going through the catalog and liking them as I go. I uncovered some hidden arts and crafts. So I'm replacing the quarters on my Cougar. The Brooklyn Pony will have a huge influence on this cat. Cool. That's good to hear. Going through the catalog. I like that. Once upon a time. Okay, England. I don't know how that became Angerland. Joe Lee Cox. Hello. Hope all is well. It is here. Hope things are well for you as well. Big Red 67. Hi, Barry. Been gone for a while, but not lost. Has Jade been painted? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Plenty of paint on Jade right now. Plenty. I'm okay. Thanks. Jade looks really nice. Thanks. Jorge. Hello. Sorry for being late. Girls on Tractor was on. Just kidding. That is pretty popular from what I hear. Scott. Hello, all from Abu Dhabi, soon to be Savannah, Georgia. Cool. That'll be a good thing. Dawn, hi from New York. Glad you're here, Dawn. Troy adjusted. I hate those sweet gum spiky balls. Yes. I don't know what it is. That tree, when we moved here 30 years ago, I didn't know anything about the trees or stuff that was growing around. So I actually planted a sweet gum in my front yard. I transplanted it. My neighbor came over and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm planting a tree. I want some shade." He's like, "Kill it now. Get that out of there. That thing's the worst tree you can plant." I was like, "Okay." And he was right. They drop these seed balls that are got spikes all over them. Oh, gosh. They're terrible. Big Red, I was just kidding. Yeah, I know. But, yeah, there's plenty of paint. I've been wet sanding on Jade. Well, I started off, I've already done the color sand and buff video, so I'm not repeating that. I'm just trying to get it progressed. And I went over the whole car with 800 on a DA, the P800 3M paper, just to get the orange peel, factory looking orange peel down. And now I'm going over it with 1200. And then of course it'll be 15, 2000, 3000. and it's looking really good. The car with this second round of paint, it was honestly, I probably could have just bolted it together and been said I'm done. Then it had texture, it had some little things caught in it, but I probably could have said I'm done and just bolted it together, but I can't do that. So I've been, knocking all this stuff down. I did find some runs, which is not uncommon. That means I got good coverage, and I'll take care of those. What I did find, a disappointing spot or two. I don't know why. I don't know how, but there was like on a quarter panel, after sanding, and not just sanding the clear, but there was a, I don't even know what to call it, like a bump or a bubble or something. And it wasn't there in the first round, but it showed up in the second round. And I sanded it off, and I'm still not done yet. Maybe it'll go away. I doubt it. But it's like a little tiny, gray circle, which doesn't make any sense at all. There shouldn't be anything anywhere on the car now that would be an imperfection like that. But it's there, and I don't know why, but I'm not gonna stress over it. I'm gonna continue to sand it and buff it and just knock down anything it's a high piece. And if I have to, I'll just dab a little paint right there and just walk away from it, because there's no way that I'm gonna do any more paint on this car. Let me get some coffee. Hold on. Okay. I said I wasn't here on Monday. We all knew that. I had to cancel at the last minute, but I wanted to tell you, we went to the lake last weekend. It was great. Had a good time. Got to relax, and we got caught in a storm out there. It was like a Cat 4 hurricane coming down on us. Not fun on a pontoon boat or any kind of boat. But we made it back to our campsite, thankfully. But it was pretty scary for a little while. I mean, if you've ever been on a pontoon boat and it feels like it could flip over, that's not a good feeling. But I've never had a storm that strong anytime I've been out near the lake. So that was one thing. Something else I wanted to bring up. If you remember, and I may talk about this another day or Monday or something, but if you remember, I had mentioned about maybe buying a 67 coupe that was at another shop. It was at like a restoration shop. A friend of mine has the shop, and the guy stopped, working on it, or stopped the process. Well, I ended up making a deal. I'll just say that. The guy had the 67 coupe. The shop had put in new floor pans, bought some new sheet metal, put in, I think they replaced the cowl and the passenger side A-pillar with an aftermarket A-pillar, which doesn't look good. Just doesn't look good. Now, this car also has rust in a variety of places. Really weird, just doesn't make sense, rust places. It's possible it had a vinyl roof, but usually a vinyl roof car, the roof itself is what rusts more than anything. But this has rust like behind the rain gutter and the sail panel where it comes together. It's got rust on those edges. The front edge of the roof is rusted. The package shelf is rusted. You ever seen that? I've never seen a package shelf rust. Not rust. I mean, rusted through. You can see through it. Doesn't make any sense. So at this point, I made the deal on the car. Now, initially, I was just going to buy the body. I wasn't worried about the engine or transmission. He also had a classic auto air AC kit, brand new, still in a box. And the car has a Shelby kit. Like, it has the fiberglass nose. It has the fiberglass hood. It has the scoops on the side. It has the deck lid, the quarter extensions, and he even had the Shelby-style tail panel in it. He was going to make a California special out of it, is what he wanted to do. So I think what my mind is on a target right now is to go ahead and make this car into a fastback. That'll take care of all of the rust issues, and including the A pillar or A pillars. They're both rusted. In fact, the driver's side A pillar, you can see through it. That's how bad it's rusted. But it's just strange. It's just really strange. So I'm going to. I've already put a deposit on the car. I have to get it home. I have to find a place to put all the stuff. You know, I did end up getting the engine. It'll need rebuilt. The transmission's rebuilt. It's got an aluminum radiator. Um, disc brakes. It's a factory disc brake AC car. But he has all new brake booster, master cylinder, all kinds of stuff that comes with the car. 2 new doors, and the original doors, which I'll probably try to save the original doors. You know how that goes. And I forget what else. I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff with this car. So I'm going to have to, I don't know, got to figure out where to put it. And then, of course, I'll have to get the conversion kit to make the fastback happen, which that's on. I don't want to build this car as a coupe. Actually, like as far as the bodies go, I like the 68. I like the coupe, in 67, 68. But also, the fastback version is pretty cool. But I'm not going to build it back as a coupe. I definitely want to do it as a fastback. So I see I'm having maybe a bit of a lag here. I don't know. Let me see what we have here. Once upon a time, Barry Painter was telling me about popping bubbles. He reckoned if the coats are a little thick, that the fumes in the paint cause bubbles possible, I suppose. Well, that is possible, except the car, I already painted it and, cleared it, let it cure out, buffed it, block sanded it, buffed it, polished it, everything. And there was no evidence of that. And I didn't do anything on top of that in that area. So it's really odd because it would have been sealed underneath the clear coat. So it may have been something, I don't know how, it doesn't look like a bug, but something may have just, I don't know. I don't know how it got there. But it is a thought. Let's see. Troy, have you heard any more about the CUDA? I have not. I asked my son about it last night, and the woman that owns it has a lot of sentimental value attached to it. So whether she's going to sell it or not, I don't know. But I told him to, try to keep me in mind and let them know that I'm definitely interested. Burning Spades, shout out from Maysville, Georgia. I'm glad you're here. Dave Carr, what's going on with Brooklyn Pony? You haven't shown it for a while. Do you still have it? Brooklyn Pony is still here, unfortunately. I've had people ask about it. I just need to do an upfront video on this thing because I don't know what's going on with it. I really don't know. Let me try something here. So I don't know why this shouldn't be doing this. This shouldn't be doing. I hope my signal is still good. I can't tell. Okay, so there it is. I went back to full no Wi-Fi. Okay, but as far as the Brooklyn Pony, I don't really know. That car kind of went off the rails. Whenever it was started, it was meant to be a rebuild back to stock. And then it just started turning into this monster, all these extra pieces and modifications and changing direction and changing engine, changing transmission. All this stuff went all over the place. And, I was taking care of it and doing what was asked of me and trying to be, proactive and take care of things. And then I ran into some issues over almost 2 years ago now. Really, almost 2 years ago. I was asking for parts. I said, I need this, I need this, I need this. And I was told I would get those parts. Those parts never came. And next conversation, I need this, I need this, I need this. Nothing. Nothing. So the last conversation was back in August, a year ago, basically a year ago. And I have not heard anything since. Now, I assume that the owner knows that I'm not happy about it, and that that's why I'm working on Jade, trying to get it done. So, I guess as far as the Brooklyn Pony, in my mind, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I mean, I'll just say that I've put up with a lot waiting on parts and waiting for things to happen, and I have other people that are begging to send me cars, and I have other projects that I want to do, and this car is in my way. I think it needs to. I think it needs to go. Really, I think it needs to get put on a truck and go back and be gone. Because I'm done. Just to be honest, I'm emotionally and mentally done with it, and I don't know, just kind of irritating. But I'll step off my soapbox. Arthur, 17-inch wheels and stock brakes for 14-inch wheels don't work too good. 17-inch wheels and stock brakes for 14-inch wheels don't work too good. Well, yeah, I can see that. Strange, no bubble of water, is it? No, I don't think it's a bubble of water either. I don't know what it is. Mason Fox, how's it going? You done painting Jade or still have some painting to do yet? No, the car's painted. Whole car's painted. I'm probably going to redo a couple of pieces, minor stuff, but the car itself is painted. Mason, my friend's got a 70 Ford Mustang Fastback, 302 3-speed manual, and also got long tube headers and Flowmaster Super 40 exhaust. Cool. That's cool. John, someone left a wad of carpet or something. Wait a minute. Someone left a wad of carpet or something where water could sit and it rotted under it. Oh, what are we talking about? Did I miss something? Oh, wait a minute. He says the windows on my 69 were left open while it spent years in the yard, and the floors did the same thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, never good. Bad Harry is checking in from Ontario, Canada. Cool. Glad you're here. Let's see. Once upon a time, you're right. You're right. The berry is a great color on Jade. Yes, thank you. Yeah, the color is gorgeous. As far as I'm concerned, it's just gorgeous. In fact, let me grab something. Hold on, just a very second. Just a second. I was thinking, if when I get some more people getting hats or something, I should cut off segments of the foam tape that I used and send them a sample so they can see the color. It's not blue. It's not blue. So maybe that's what I'll do if you get, or if I'm going to have 50,000 subscribers soon. So maybe I'll do some giveaways, with some foam. You can get some colored foam. I should do that. I'm going to be sending out some hats soon. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I should put some of this in with the hats, just to show you that this was used to paint the car. Mason, it's very loud. My friend's 70 Mustang. It has no cats on it whatsoever. He drives it down the road. My road exhaust pops and crackles. It sounds good. Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't have cats on it anyway, but that's cool. Dawn checking in with Betsy. Glad you're here, Dawn. Let's see. Mason, if you get rid of Jade's garage, what are you going to have for a toy? Oh, I got plenty. I got plenty of stuff to work on. I have a whole nother 68 to build. I have a 67 that'll be showing up soon of mine that's going to become a fastback. I still have a 68 Camaro to put together. I still have the Honda Civic that I have to fix. And I've got to paint that tank on that motorcycle. I have plenty to do. Dale, great idea. Send it. Yeah. I think I might do that. Greg's Workshop is checking in. Hi, Greg. Once upon a time, just occasionally you do pick up the real aqua type green blue. Yeah. And it's a little bit darker than it is than the first round, which is okay. I mean, it's just that tiny bit darker, and it looks good. Troy, use the foam as proof of the so-called green color. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I get it in the right light. Maybe it'll show. I know it looks kind of blue there, but it's aqua. It's aqua. So maybe I'll send some of that out. Michael, thanks for the tip on the foam tape. Never used it before. Using it now with 72 Skylock Restoration. Very helpful. Yes. Good. Rick Gain. Late arrival today. Had stuff to deal with for work. Hope everyone's doing well. Near as I can tell, we're all doing good. Bad Harry Jade is looking good. You must have put lots of hours to get done. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was it's one of those things too where it's one of those you don't want to do it, but you have to do it kind of thing. I just couldn't just keep on plugging away at it. That's where I'm at now with the sanding and second round of sanding and buffing. Knocking stuff down, go over I've done like everything except for the driver's fender, the driver's door, and the driver's quarter. Those haven't been sanded yet. Everything else is sanded, with 800 and mostly done with 1200, but I still have several steps to go. Brian, hey Barry, could you talk a bit about spraying light metallics? I painted a number of cars with good results, but this will be my first attempt and metallic. Well, I mean, I can try to express some opinion on that. It's funny though. I wanted to show you, since you brought that up, I'll show you something. I didn't realize this was leftover paint from the first time I painted the car. Okay. It left over and it dried up, which is not surprising. And I did not realize, here it is. I know, bluish, right? But when you flip this over, that's a metallic. I didn't realize how much metallic was in this mix. So that's the bluish color, but then metallics had settled to the bottom and dried. So there's several ideas you could probably use with painting metallics. And I can only express so much because, again, I don't consider myself a professional painter. But when you're spraying, you got to be, like I showed this last time I sprayed, I walked the car. I made a consistent pattern back and forth to make sure everything was on there. Some people will do I think they call it a float coat or something like that, a dust coat, where they'll kind of just fog it over, while it's still wet enough that the everything will just kind of settle down on top of the car. So there is some, aspect of that. Metallics are weird. Like even if you wanted, let's say, a more metallic look, you would actually back up when you're spraying and the metallics land and kind of curl up a little bit to help give it a little more sparkle. But I'm going to tell you your best bet, and I'm going to just point you to two other channels to take a look at. One is Paint Society. He's got great videos on there. I've looked at his stuff. It helped me. But check Paint Society, and then Far Away. Faraway's been on here before. Pharraway. Check out his techniques and what he does, and you'll probably get better advice from him or them than what I can offer, because I don't do it often enough to be able to tell you all the insights into that. So, but it's a light metallic. Again, I'm just going to say, the walking the car helped a lot with this situation, and then you could probably Google or look for dust coat or float coat. I don't know what they call it. There's different terms for it, and maybe that'll help with, giving you some answers. Raid's Home Garage. Hi, Barry. Well, I'm glad you're here. Mason, I like the older Mustang. I need to get my Jade's garage hat. Eventually, I'll be sending a donation for a hat, but right now I'm trying to save up my money. I get you. I understand that. 47 watching, 30 likes. Don't be miserable like that. Like the feed, folks. Yeah. Jerry, how much gap should you expect at the hood and cowl? I've looked at the assembly drawings, and it appears to be about 3/8 of an inch. That is probably pretty accurate. 3/8 of an inch is probably a pretty good number. Now that number can vary. I've seen some where, because you got to look at when the hood transitions, if it's going to clear the cowl because it has a little peak in the middle, and as it comes up, you could rub it. So you can't get too close. But again, you can't be too far away. But I have seen some where they've had a gap that's really huge because for whatever reason the hood, they adjusted it to fit the front of the fenders, which is, reasonable. So it's kind of a trade-off. You got to find that happy spot, that works. But 3/8 is a good, reasonable number, I believe. Okay. Once upon a time, it'll go fast enough, Barry, with a few pounds of paint on it. No go faster stripes. Yeah, no stripes. My wife wouldn't let me put stripes on it. Kuderlev checking in from gas station, listening while driving from Oklahoma City to Minneapolis. Well, I'm glad you're here. I don't know how fun that is, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. Dawn, having trouble fitting the new lower cowl, thinking I may cut it up for parts to repair the old one because it fits. That's probably not a bad idea. Yeah, you're going to send some pics. Okay. That may not be a bad idea. I couldn't tell you why it doesn't fit, but as we all know, there are so many of these that the aftermarket pieces just don't fit. They just don't. And I know the Infernal Craftsman, Robert, I'm going to download those 2 pics real quick. Oh, Jeff, awesome, man. Thank you. That's awesome. I appreciate that very much. Let's see. Oh, okay. So John Higgins, he was commenting about the rust in the package tray that I talked about. Yeah, and A-pillar shouldn't do that. Yeah. So let me get back to Dawn. I'm gonna try to get these pics real quick, so we can have a look at what he's talking about with these, with the cowl not fitting. And it's, again, I was talking about Robert, the Infernal Craftsman. He had bought some, I don't know what brand. I'm just going to say off-brand because I don't know, torque boxes for his 65. And he had to do a lot of work to make those things fit. A lot. I mean, it was a lot. So if you haven't seen his videos, go check it out. He put a lot of effort into that. Okay, so Dawn, let's see. So there's, let me see what the other pic shows. Oh, are you talking about the offset for the windshield wiper? Is that what you're running into, the problem there? Oh, I assume so, because that's what you have in the picture. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know what's causing that to be offset like that. Brian, thanks, Barry. I'll check out those channels. Yes, give them a shot. David, Treviso is saying hi. Glad you're here. Dan Shader checking in. Glad you're here and back in the States, I assume, right? If I remember correctly. Um, yeah, Don, I don't know exactly. Let me look at those pictures one more time here. I'm assuming you're talking about the. Yeah, that wiper doesn't sit right. So somebody had said there was maybe a difference between in some of these cowls in the location for the wiper mounts. Um, but I don't know for sure. But obviously, there's something wrong. There's obviously something wrong. Now, what you could do, depending if the rest of the cowl fit good, maybe it would be more convenient to relocate the wiper mounts. Just a thought. I mean, you could cut those and just raise them up. What is it, quarter inch, and you'd probably be good, as opposed to like cutting up the whole thing and trying to piece together other sections. I don't know. Just a thought. Just a thought. Yes, Daniel. Yes. Good to be home. Yeah. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. So anyway, that's a thought, Dawn. Yeah, the holes are in the wrong spot. Yeah. I mean, it maybe a consideration if the rest of it fits good that you could, adjust the whole location for those. Um, maybe that's all it takes. Maybe. Dan Sargent Low from Vermont, nice job on the repaint. Looks awesome. Thanks. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's been a lot of stress over it because it's just the time involved with it, having to buy all new materials, because once you use up what's in the can, you're done. It's not like you're going to shake the can and there's more going to show up. So I ended up having to buy all new materials to respray it. And of course, all the masking material and all that stuff adds up. But what are you going to do? You got to have it right. Got to have it right. Brendan's Garage, New Zealand. Morning, Barry. Off to work soon. Passed my vehicle inspection test, and I'm now a vehicle inspector. Very happy with the new job. Installed white walls in my Ford Prefect yesterday. Good news. I'm glad to hear that, Brendan. Glad to hear that. Raid. Adjust the wipers with shims. That could be a thought. Maybe. I mean, I maybe. I know that you got to have that. Well, it doesn't have to be super watertight, but you could still seal it. I guess you could shim it so that the post moves upward. That may be a thought too. I hadn't really thought about that. That's a good one, right? I hadn't really thought about that. But yeah, that's a decent idea. You could shim it, or it might take a little more work. You could almost do a little hammer dolly work to it. Maybe. Just saying. Because I know Don likes to. He's pretty good with tools. I'm just thinking if you may have had a block that was a recess that you could put on the inside of the cowl and hammer and dolly it from the backside, you could pivot that whole plate. Just another thought. That could work. Dale, that's why I bought 2 cans. Yeah. Yep. Well, the thing is, I'm not using the most expensive paint. I'll admit that up front. I mean, who wants to spend $500-$600 on a gallon of paint, right? And maybe that was a bad idea. But the paint, being a lower level paint, let's say, takes more to cover it from what everybody's been commenting about. The cheaper paint takes more to coat with. So, in hindsight, maybe I still wouldn't have been further ahead though. Like if I had bought the $500 gallon paint, that was still more expensive than if I bought 2 gallons of the cheaper stuff. Just saying. But now at this point, with 3 coats across the car, and I used again the little Braun sunlight thing. We talked about that. If you saw the video that I did, I actually turned off the lights and walked around and looked car as best I could and tried to make sure that, nothing was wrong. And at this point, if it is, it's staying that way. I'm not painting it again. Here comes the hype. Any experience with twin charged cars? No, sorry. Don't have any. Classic cars for me. Don, I've had the extensive fitting of the panel, and I thought I was done, but now that it doesn't fit the upper, I don't know. Yeah. I know it's a struggle. Always with these pieces and parts. Bad Harry reached a milestone on my 67 fastback Cody swap. I guess I read the factory wiring diagrams correct, and the 2016 Cody fired up. Sounds great with open headers. I'll bet it does. Okay. I had some other pictures come in. Let me download these quick. Troy had sent me some pictures, and it, maybe some good information here too that we could use. Let me get these pulled down. And it'll just take just a minute. So continue the conversations. Yeah, Bad Harry, we may need to talk too, because I know you have you put on the did a conversion by using the upper half of a fastback. And I don't know if you heard me or not. I did make a deal on that 67 coupe that I want to turn into a fastback. So I may need some assistance with some measurements. So I may have to talk about that, because I don't have, I don't have any template to go by for the conversion process. So, but Troy had sent some pictures. Let me go back to this for a second. Here we go. So there's a shot where he had removed the lower cowl. I'm going to put on my reading glasses so I can see this better. Okay. And then he found some rust. That would be the driver's side, A-pillar, window frame, and top of the sidekick panel. And I don't know if he meant to, but he snuck his toes into the picture. You shouldn't be out there working on this car barefoot, Troy. I'm just giving you some advice. Okay, that's better. He's got some shoes on. Thank you. That made my day. That was funny. So there's some repair work on that same area, and then the lower cowl in place. Now, Troy, you may want to double check those, the wiper mounts to make sure you don't have the same issue that Dawn has. So, but yeah, that looks good. I like it. All right. Well, that didn't help. We'll leave these on. I can look like a professor right now, right? Greg, Barry, there's a lot of work to do, then do it again. Hard work. Yeah, it is. And not that much fun. Don Sargent, my 67 convertible is Clearwater Aqua, similar color. I'm headed to PA next weekend to pick up a right quarter panel and 2 new doors. I will be rewatching your Jade videos for sure. Cool. Sounds good. Harry Potter is checking in. Marshall, howdy y'all. Motor fire right up last week, only to reveal a knock and a terrible rear main seal leak. Now motor's back out, going back to the builder. Dang it. Yikes. That's no fun, man. That is no fun. Sorry to hear that. Let's see. Troy saying he's going to do the same thing. A lot of hammer and dolly work. Yep. Jerry, I just see my bronze sunlight lamp, tested it in a dark shop, and it is really a stout light. It shows all the imperfections. Yes, it does. It is pretty powerful. And I may have an update on that later. I talked about a gun called a sun gun. I may have something coming later that I may demonstrate, but I have to see how that goes. Dragon, I would love to see fastback conversion videos. I've been debating on what that as well using the kits. Yes. Well, I am trying, it's funny. I think somebody had said, "Hey, let's start a GoFundMe." Might do that because, parts are not cheap and, have to get everything added up and put together and all that sort of thing. Jerry got a thumbs up, applause, and something, little smiley face or something. Wally is checking in. You can see the mounts better here. I think they have to drill the bracket. Are you talking about, okay. Are you talking about on the cowl? You talking about that setup? Troy, I wear shoes when I weld. Well, good. Here's the thing. I've said it before. I grew up, my dad had a junkyard. So I grew up, we never went without shoes because there was too many things. I can't tell you how many times I still had something stuck in my foot, even wearing boots and everything else, So I always harped on my kids when they would come out to the garage. I'd be grinding or cutting or something, and they would want to come out and ask me a question, and they'd start approaching barefoot. I don't even want them entering my driveway out here barefoot because there's lots of little sharp things. So he that's why I'm commenting about the shoes. Dale, how do you paint the cowl if it doesn't need to come apart? That's a very good question. I've shown a video on where I painted the inside of the rocker panel on the 68 Mustang. I think it was something Weekly Tips or something. And I basically took some chassis saver or Pour 15. And if I remember, I put it in a generic type of syringe, basic, not a real syringe with like a needle, but like just a plastic syringe. And you can probably use it like one of the injectors for like meat or something. Anyway, I shot that stuff way up inside the cowl, and then I took an air hose and I blew it all over the place. I mean, I coated the inside of those rockers. I did that several times until I had it running out in different places. Now, I'm not suggesting that's the best idea, but that may be an idea that you could use. And that would just get you something inside of the cowl. My 68, I didn't even think about it. I didn't do anything to it. I've had other people who, when they put a new cowl in, before they put the new cowl in, or the new lower half, they actually painted it the same color as the body, right? Then what they did is they took a piece of plastic and they taped it inside of the cowl. And then when they were done painting the car and everything, they reached in the side hole with a long pair of needle nose and was able to tug and pull that piece of plastic out. And then the inside of the cowl was painted, which I thought was a fantastic idea. Not that you're doing that, if the cowl doesn't come apart. So you're looking at coatings like the Pour 15, try to get something with a UV coating, and you could still use, like turkey, not a turkey baster, but a syringe type deal. And you could go through the upper vent, and just kind of squirt it in there and still take an air hose and just blow it around and get it to coat, the base of the tower and stuff like that. That's one idea. So hopefully that helps or gives you some ideas. David Sherrill, got to get to work. Great live stream as usual. Need to get one of those lights. Always picking up good information from you and everyone here to help us on our project. Hit the thumbs up. Yes. Cooter, just got my stay awake sunflower seeds. 6 hours down, 6 to go to get the youngest to summer camp. Oh boy. That's a long drive. Sunflower seeds, that'll keep you awake though. Get the if you've already bought them, it's too late. But I always get the Lance because they have less salt. The Frito-Lay ones, tons of salt. But the Lance, I like them better, less salt. Just my advice. Bad Harry, I will help with any measurements you need to build the fastback. Thank you. Jerry, okay. Thank you, Jerry. Bad Harry sent you a quick video of the Coyote startup. Man, I don't know if I don't know if I could download that. I don't know if I could. Let me see if I can pull that up on here. Hold on. Let me see if I can do that. Nope. I don't think it'll let me do that. Nope. Okay. So I really can't do much right now with it, but I'll have to check it out later. I could try to. Let me see if I could play that. Maybe you could hear it. There it was. Not sure if you heard it or not, but thank you for sending that. Mason is asking, do you have a record player? I have a nice setup. I have a Sony turntable. I do not have a record player. Sorry about that. Jerry says purchase a 2-piece cowl. Yep. Mason, he's got a nice stereo, makes the walls rattle. Cool. Samuel Farley, have you ever come across a Buick 430? Yes. I had one. I think it was a 430. I think. Or are you messing with me? It was either 430 or 431, whatever it takes. But I had a Buick Riviera. And it had I think it was a 430. Now I can't remember. Because I know I talked about it. I did a video on the car, and I think I said it wrong. I either said it was a 430 and it was a 431, or I said it was a 431 and it was a 430. I don't remember. Dawn, they make a product for spraying inside cowl. Saw a video of someone using it. Okay. So there's a good, I don't know what it is, but I don't know where to point people to for that one, but thank you, Dawn. Jim, love your work. Have learned so much. Thanks. Well, thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. We have a good number. I just saw we had 70 people here today, which is really good for a Thursday. That's really good for a Thursday. So I want to thank people for being here. Brian, got to go. Hope everyone has a great weekend. And thanks again, Barry, for the great content. Yes. Thank you for being here, Brian. Samuel, I bought a 16 Wildcat with a 432 to hardtop, and I absolutely love it. Can't go wrong with an old Buick. Yeah. Well, I had a 68 Riviera, and I really liked that car. The body lines were fantastic on it, but I had to sell it because I knew I wouldn't get to it. It just sat outside. I had that car 10 or 12 years, and never even. I think I drove it on the road once, in all that time, because I was going to work on it, and I ended up getting other stuff in that I had to work on. Mason wanted to ask, is your AC keeping up your shop nice and cold? Yeah, it's on right now. The temperature in the shop, it's about 72. So comfy. Now, I will say, I do have my paint booth open, and some of the cold air is working its way back there because I'm doing the sanding and buffing back there. So normally I would not have that door open, and it would get cooler in here, because it's not, I probably should have a 2-head unit for my AC, but I only have a single, and it does enough to keep me comfortable, which is all I need. I'm happy with that. So, but the plan again is to continue on, doing the color sanding and buffing, and I want to start getting parts on Jade. You know, I had put on the door handles and one of the door locks before I saw that the color was off. And that alone was pretty exciting just to have those on the car. But now I've got to get moving. I've got to get it together. Um, I just want to see, you know, the new taillight lenses in the back of the car, the new, you know, bezels, the new bumper. I want to see all that stuff on there and just sit back and go, oh, it looks so good, you know, because I know it will. But I have to get all the prep work done, and you know, it takes time. It definitely takes time. You can't rush ahead on doing sanding and buffing. You know, you've got to make sure it's. You get in a hurry, you'll cause problems. I'll say that. Mason's asking about the heat and air. Well, I have videos of the air conditioning I put in my shop. So if you want to see those, just look them up. The mini split system is what I have in my shop. Bad Harry, I have to go. Loading up to go drag racing. They finally lifted the ban here in Ontario, Canada. Take care, all. Well, cool. Hope you have a good time. I hope you win. Hope you win. Have a good time. Wally was going to ask if you spray with AC, but obviously not. How much will humidity affect the paint? You know, that's another tough question to answer because I can't say that I'm a professional painter. I know humidity does have an effect, so you want to try to get that down if you can. That's why when I painted whatever it was 3-4 weeks ago, the temperatures were low, the humidity was low, and I was very excited about getting the paint on the car at that time. And then when I painted this time, you know, I painted earlier in the morning, or tried to, just to try to get ahead of the temperatures and the humidity. And so that worked. So I wouldn't, you know, if it's raining, I wouldn't suggest, you know, painting. I don't know what kind of moisture levels you're having or humidity, you know, how much humidity you're having, but the lower the better. And I did not run my AC when I painted the car. I probably could have, but I didn't. I wanted the temperature up. I wanted it to be warmer to help it cure out and be finished with it. Mason, we have thought about putting a gas garage heater in my grandpa's garage. Yep, it's a good idea. Also, buddy who's got 2 Mr. Cool mini splits in his shop. Yeah, that's what I have, Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool. And it works. They work great. I'm not sure what Eric is oohing about, but that's okay. We'll just not worry about it. Anyway, so as I mentioned, I did make the deal on the 67 coupe, the one I talked about several weeks ago, or maybe over a month ago. I don't remember. The guy, he had it at his a body shop or a restoration shop, and for whatever reason, production stopped. I don't know the whole. I'm not worried about that. You know, I don't know, but he has the car. It's actually 5 miles down the road from me. 5 miles. That's how close it is. So it'll be a pretty easy pickup to get it here. Ronaldo, thank you for your help. Well, awesome, man. Thank you for that. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. But anyway, the 67, it's got to turn into. Wait a minute, Troy. Wife is screaming rattlesnake in the backyard. See you Monday. Okay, let's hope so. Oh, okay. But anyway, so the car, it's going to become a fastback. I don't see any other way around it. The rust in weird places, and I will do a video when I get the car here, you know, and then pieces and parts. And I should mention, I think I mentioned earlier that this car comes with a Shelby body kit. So it has the fiberglass nose, It has the hood. It has the inserts on the side, and it has the deck lid and the extensions and the Shelby tail panel, which is installed in the car. Not that that matters, but I think I'll probably sell off. I think because I don't think I want to build it to a Ellen car, type of thing. I'll just say Ellen, Eileen, whatever. I don't think I want to do that. But if somebody else is interested in the fiberglass stuff, I'll make them a deal on it. There's also there's 2 new doors with the car. There's the 2 original doors, the original front fenders, a new quarter panel, an AC system that was it classic auto air that's coming with it, rebuilt transmission, an engine that was good but ended up getting water in it. So I don't know the real status of the engine, but it might be enough that I can get it put back together. If I do that, I don't even know yet. I'm going to see how it goes. I do know that it still has the VIN numbers on the apron, or the front apron, which is where they belong. So that's a big plus. And it has a title. That's a big plus. Plus number 2. It is a disc brake car. So, it has some good things to it. Granted, it's a basket case like the 68 Camaro, but worse. I mean, it's worse, in my opinion. There's just box after box after box, and it's going to take a while to get all that stuff out of there. Zedenda, good car, yes. Dragon, I'm not going to say it. Wally says the E-car, yeah. Maybe I'll have to come up with a different name. The name that must not be said, yeah. So, I guess I'll have to see. I'll come up with something. The Eileen car. Dragging crazy copyright laws on that name. Yeah. Yeah, there would definitely not be any mention of that name once I get this car in here and start working on it. And I don't even know when that's going to happen, honestly. I mean, I've got to finish the 68. As I mentioned earlier, as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with the Brooklyn Pony car. It just needs to be loaded up and taken out of here. I'm tired of looking at it and tired of waiting and tired of what's turned into over 4 years now of begging for parts or fighting for stuff to happen. So maybe I just need to put it together and stuff it in one of those pods, and take it to a storage facility and just, let it sit. I don't know. Jerry says Joe's car. Yeah. I mean, if I build it into the fastback, the purpose will be to resell it. I'll say that. It'll be a 67 coupe to fastback conversion, and I won't finish the car. I don't want to do that. It would be doing all the sheet metal work, making it right, and then selling it to somebody else and let them have all the fun of putting it back together. Jared says Joe Mama's car. Yeah, I'll have to come up with something. I don't know yet. I know we talked about the Red 68 is calling it Red Dave. Which do we have any Daves in here today? And I normally have several Daves show up, but I haven't seen any. I don't know where they're at. Okay. Well, okay. It's been a good day. We had an hour in, 76 people still here. Crash Rider. Well, at the very least, Brooklyn Painting made for some good informational videos. I agree. I put a lot of sweat into that car, and I don't really understand the whole what has gone on. You know, I've tried to hold up my end and more of the deal on that car, and then I don't know. I really don't know. Um, and I'm at the point where I probably don't care. I hate to say that, but I put so much effort into making this car what it is. And honestly, if you look up Revology cars, Revology makes cars. I think that was the plan. Was he had seen the Revology cars out of Florida, I think, and decided, well, I'll have somebody else build me one of those for not nearly the price. And I think that was kind of what was going on. Because if you look at their cars, I'm pretty much building the exact same thing they had. Let's see. Dan Sargent mailed you a pic of my 67 convertible. The lighting makes the color a little darker than it is. Boom. That's cool. I like it. 67 ragtop. Yeah, that's cool. Nice car. So, anyway, yeah, need to move on to something else. So, if I can get the convertible taken care of and out of here, I've got several other things to do and lined up. Of course, I do want to make the fastback conversion. I've got another gentleman contacting me from Florida with a car that he wants some work done to it. So, really at this point, that convertible has just been costing me money technically, because I can't get anything else in to work on while it's still here. It's just taking up that much space. And so, when people are saying, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, well, I would if I had the space, but I can't. So I know it's all my fault. It's all my fault. Too nice a guy, I guess. And sometimes that's when people take advantage of you. And, but there are a lot of videos on it, and have helped a lot of people. I still get people commenting. I've had people send me pictures and stuff that they wouldn't have even considered fixing up their car until they saw those videos, and it gave them, insight and inspiration as to how to do it and, make it right. So anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now because you just hear me rant. But 76 people here, which is fantastic. I will say, I'm going to call it a day here in just a minute. But if you want to come back on Monday night at 7, join the fun, join the crowd, and we'll have some more conversations and talk about stuff that's going on. I'm trying again to get the color sanding and buffing done on Jade as quickly as, well, I say as quickly, but as quickly and as efficiently as I can. I'm not going to rush it. But I need to get stuff on the car and get pieces and parts on the car. And of course, I haven't rolled it outside yet, but I will. But it's going to be after it's sanded and buffed. And like I said, whatever I have is what I have. And I think it's going to look just fine. But anyway, if you're interested, I did post another video on my other channel recently. I fixed a refrigerator. We had a water leak. I had to fix it. And I'm going to post a short video tomorrow on the process or progress of Jade, so everybody knows where it's at, and try to, keep things updated on that. Again, I'm not making a video on buffing again. I've already done that. Crash Rider, you were too nice of a guy. Park it outside and cover it with a tarp and tell the owner to come and get it. Yeah, I know. Jerry, by the way, the Brooklyn Pony video 28 does not play. It appears to be deleted. I'll check that, Jerry. I'll see what's going on with that. Thank you. Dragon, make sure to push the like button in your intros to get more circulation. Yes, Make sure to tell people to hit the like button is what you're saying. Yeah, I agree. I've kind of shied away from that over the last several months, but you're right. Greg says, "See you later, Barry." And Dawn says, "Put a lean on the Brooklyn Pony." Yeah, that may be what I need to do. Seriously. Okay. Well, I'm going to get back to work on Jade, try to get some progress done, get this stuff sanded out and ready to go. But I want to thank everybody for being here and participating. And this is always a great format to have conversation and talk about things and what's going on in the whole car world. We get people asking questions and we can answer them. It's fantastic. So I'm going to call it a day, and I'll be back on Monday night at 7 and look forward to having you all here again. But until that time, take care of yourselves. See ya.